Hey, what's going on, guys? TheHORRORman back with a Bayview review of Eerie Fairy Tales. Eerie Fairy Tales is a 2019 anthology film written and directed by Estonian filmmaker Mart Sander. I can honestly say I believe this is the first Estonian film I've ever watched. As you guys already know, I love anthology films, so I've been curious about this one ever since I received it. I finally decided to pop it in the DVD player, and I was highly impressed. This was fantastic. Truly fantastic. Eerie Fairy Tales features 4 segments. Each one is introduced by a mysterious character reading a wordless book, seen here on the cover. The book is blank, he says, but the stories are all in his head. The first segment is titled Actually. It's Friday the 13th, and a woman enters a hotel tavern on a rainy, stormy night. The man working at the desk invites her to join him at the bar for some coffee and some wine. She tells him she was driving through town when she thought she hit an animal crossing the street. When she stopped and got out of the car, though, there was no animal to be found. The man tells her that the town has a history of strange occurrences. Stories of witches and werewolves have been told for 1,000 years. The very tavern they are in fact, was built over a graveyard. If that wasn't enough to spook the woman, there might just be a madman living upstairs. The next segment is titled Abeyance. A Nazi bunker sealed up for 75 years has finally opened its doors to the press. It is said that a UFO has been kept inside, and maybe even an alien life form. Those who have gone in, though, come out with no recollection at all. When 2 detectives are sent in to investigate, they learn the terrifying truth. The third and longest segment, which is probably my personal favorite of the bunch, was titled The Spring of Solitude. This story is set in the 1800s. A young man named Hans heads out into the forest to hunt for food for his family. He gets lost in the darkness of the night, but ends up finding a spring. It is there where he meets a young, beautiful, naked woman. As he goes to drink from the spring, she tells him that he cannot without her permission. For a drink of the spring, he must first promise to stay with her for 3 nights. He can return home each morning, she assures him, but he must return for 3 nights straight. He agrees and falls instantly in love with the mysterious woman. He sleeps by her side that night and wakes up the next morning. When he returns home, though, his life will be changed forever. The fourth and final segment is very short, and it's titled The Butler Did It. This one is more comedic than the previous 3. A rich, pretentious couple discuss their successful scheme of setting up a butler for the murder of a woman from whom they acquired a fortune. It was both funny and extremely clever how they speak to each other in various languages. Eerie Fairy Tales was a really well-made anthology. Although this is the only work of Mart Sander I have seen, I can definitely tell you he is a talented filmmaker. From what I read, in Estonia, popular demand to see the individual short films of Mart Sander prompted the creation of this anthology. Each segment could work as a unique standalone, but they also fit together like this. Like I said, The Spring of Solitude was probably my favorite, but there is not a weak segment in the entire film. Watching the first segment, actually, I thought, geez, this might end up being my favorite. Then I saw the second segment and thought, hey, I actually might like this one more than actually. And then the third segment started and solidified itself as my favorite of the movie. Closing with the short and humorous "The Butler Did It" was a good way to end it. The acting in Eerie Fairy Tales was just as good, if not better, than many Hollywood films. Not to mention the clever, original storylines, which Hollywood has definitely been lacking as of late. It's a shame to me that people who don't like reading subtitles will miss out on this one, because it's a fantastic film. I loved it, and I highly recommend picking up a copy of the DVD, exclusively distributed by Bayview Entertainment. Huge thank you to Bayview for sending me this DVD to review. Please check out the description box below for more information about Bayview Entertainment. Have you seen Eerie Fairy Tales? If so, what do you think of it? Comment below and let me know. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up and be kind. Subscribe.